We'll get a mic too. We'll start with Jimmy.
Hey, Cade, when you're running for over 450 yards against an SEC opponent, what is that like from an offensive lineman standpoint?
It's just makes you feel good because, obviously there's success in the run game, opens up the pass game. Like anything you could run, any play could be a big one. Just everybody's doing their job. It lets you see, everything's kind of clicking. So it's obviously a good thing.
Coach Golish told us that Hendon Hooker's toughness is pretty apparent to everybody. How have you seen that play out in a game, his physical toughness?
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely a tough guy. Runs the ball hard. He runs like a running back, honestly, when he gets the ball in his hand. He's not scared to, go fight for that first down. He's not the kind of guy that's going to step out of bounds. He wants to lay that lick. So definitely a tough guy.
Yeah.
Okay, just what have you seen from Ollie? And I imagine with you being a local kid as well, it's been pretty cool for you to see his story kind of live out.
Yeah, for sure. I was super proud of him this week. He had a great game. He plays really hard, works hard every day at practice, to just try to get better, get that 1% every day. But I was definitely happy for him this week.
How have you seen him grow since he first got here?
Just watched him, work every day, work hard in the weight room and practice, focusing on things to get better at, watching film, breaking down, what he did the day before and how he's going to fix it the next day. So it's just definitely important to get that one step every day, and he's definitely done that.
Patrick and Ryan.
Okay, another one on Hendon. Just Coach Golish was in here saying that he's just really straight line, doesn't get too high or too low. How important is that kind of poise and demeanor in your quarterback? And is there anything that does get him either fired up or maybe show more emotion than other times?
For sure, he's definitely consistent, and that's something you need, to be a successful quarterback in the SEC. Is just consistency. You make a mistake, throw an interception, you can't let it, tank you. And when you make those big plays, obviously get excited, but we got to go do it again. So, when he scores touchdowns, the team's doing good, team scoring touchdowns, defense playing good, he's fired up and stuff, but he doesn't, get too high because he knows we've got to go out and perform the next drive. So.
Cade, I think you played every position when you were at Georgia. You played a couple different spots last year. Has it helped you to be able to kind of settle in at right tackle, and how has that position been as a fit for you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely, it's been kind of a breath of fresh air because all my years of college, I've, 1 week I'm playing this position, next week I'm playing this one. Halfway through this game, I got to switch over here. So it's been cool to, focus on my craft in one aspect of the game and just keep improving every week and watching different people, how they play it, because I've only been playing since fall camp. Haven't been playing it very long. But just, trying to get better every day, take a step every day, and, every week just breaking down the film, seeing the things I can do better.
And did you want to play tackle this year? I know you kind of leaned down a little, or slimmed down a little bit, it looks like. Was that something you kind of wanted to do since it's maybe your final year?
I didn't really have a preference anywhere. But, I kind of knew coming into this year I might have to play tackle. So I spent a lot of my off season, trying to work on playing tackle because I knew I could play guard. But I haven't really played tackle that much, so just working every day, trying to get better at tackle, trying to lose a little weight so I can be faster on the edge.
Vince headed to the back.
You said going into the year, you and your brother, that you were looking forward to being in this high tempo offense because you could see defenders really start to get fatigued. Are you seeing that play out, especially when you guys are at your prime in terms of tempo?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you run the ball. When you're on the ball, you're just leaning on people, and then you can see them get tired towards the end of the drive. Takes that pass rush, kind of slows it down a little bit. And with the tempo, just not letting them bring in, their second package. I know a few games this year, the referees have been stopping, letting people bring in other packages and stuff. But, for the most part, they can't get their packages in and off the field. So it definitely slows the game down, makes it easier.
Hey, Cade, what did it mean to you to be named SEC Offensive Lineman of the Week?
It was just huge, but, we got a new week this week. I was very blessed to, have that honor. But, like I said on Twitter, it wouldn't happen if it was just me, everybody on the field this weekend was playing unbelievable. All four guys up there with me were doing their jobs, making holes for the running backs. Running backs were finding the holes. Quarterbacks were making their reads. Wide receivers on the perimeter, they were blocking. Our tight ends were blocking. So, it's just not a me reward, the whole offense played unbelievable, but I'm definitely blessed to have it.
Adam and Eric.
When you guys are going fast and there's a lot of chaos for the defense, does that affect your assignment any at all, that when guys are not lined down or anything like that, or is there only positives out of that?
It definitely doesn't hurt, doesn't help. But we've got assignments for if somebody's not lined up. You've got an assignment on a play. So, if there's somebody in that gray area, you're prepared for what's going to happen. So we prepare really well week in and week out of, different looks we might see, different plays that, looks we might run plays into and stuff. So, you're prepared for any look really when you get out there.
Yeah, kind of on that, came out there, play number one, they're in a different front than what you prepare for. Kind of what was that thought process, kind of going in that first drive, seeing that different look?
Yeah, it was definitely different. We prepared for a 4 down. That's what they've been running for most of the year. So, coming out and seeing, this is different. But we didn't panic. Bowling Green did the same thing to us the first game. It was basically the same thing. So I know teams in the past have had success, against when the coaching staff was at the previous stop. They've had success stopping that offense and that certain defense. So, we were prepared for it because we saw it at Bowling Green. So, it's really just, something that we went out there and executed against.
Last 3 questions. Vince, Jimmy, Ben.
2 quick things. Cade, are you guys, after the great performance against Mizzou, kind of on a little bit of a high alert to make sure that you don't drop this game to kind of erase what happened on Saturday?
Not certainly. Not specifically. Just, that game been wiped off. We're on to South Carolina. We're preparing for South Carolina, and just trying to go 1-0 every week, trying to get better every week, and that's what we're focused on.
And what do you see in South Carolina?
They've got a really good front 7 from what I've seen. They played some good teams this year, so they've definitely been battle tested. Got a lot of old guys on defense, a lot of guys who played a lot of ball, pretty physical up front, and fast, really good technically with their hands and stuff.
With the offensive line, there have been several injuries, including your brother, Dane Davis, Kingston Harris, etc. Why do you think you guys were so effective against Missouri when you had so many players that were banged up?
I think we just went out and executed our plays well. Everybody was playing hard. It was an early game, and, we've had quite a few early games already this year, so, we were ready to get up and get after them. Just went out, played hard. Everybody, played assignment sound, didn't give up, negative plays, no penalties. I think we only had two penalties on the whole day, which is huge. No turnovers. And, it's really hard to lose a game when you're not turning the ball over, not putting yourself behind the sticks. So.
Finish with Ben.
Just how giddy were you when you saw Missouri line up with 5 in the box?
I wasn't really giddy, I just I came out there and saw a different front, so I was like, we kind of had to get on the same page with everybody and let everybody know how we're going to block things. So just trying to get everybody on the same page, and after that first couple drives, I was like, we're probably going to have to get out of this.
Hey, how did Jerome communicate that? It's sudden change their first play. Did he do a good job with the communication?
Yeah, he definitely did a good job of the communication. Obviously we prepared for 4 down all week, and then came out, we had a nose and 2 edge defenders, and so obviously we saw it was all jacked up. So, we kind of talked to each other, got everybody on the same page, and then just kept it rolling.
Thank you, Cade.
Appreciate you guys.